Now, in the ongoing Supreme Court hearing on the Places of Worship Act, the Supreme Court has directed that no new petitions related to the Act should be registered until the next hearing. Additionally, no fresh orders for mosque surveys will also be issued, and no courts across the country should pass any orders, including final or effective orders, in ongoing cases till further notice. The Supreme Court has also instructed the government to submit its response within 4 weeks, emphasizing that decisions cannot be made without the government's reply. This effectively means that civil courts cannot race ahead of the Supreme Court in such matters. The Supreme Court is currently hearing a batch of petitions challenging the constitutional validity of the Places of Worship Act. Let me go across to my colleague Sunil Prabhu. Sunil, if you could just sum up what were some of the key takeaways from the Supreme Court hearing today.
Well, I think the most important takeaway is that the Supreme Court has intervened and made it clear that, as you rightly pointed out, that they cannot and will not allow any court to pass any order in the interim till they finally dispose of this matter. They are waiting for the central government. They've urged the central government, the union government, to file an affidavit on what its position is on the constitutional validity. They're going into all aspects, not only the constitutional validity of the Places of Worship Act 1991, but they're also looking at its ambit and the various other legal provisions on that. Having said that, they've also said that no fresh survey will be allowed or be permitted while the Supreme Court is hearing this matter. This came after the respondents pointed out that they would like a stay. It then required the Chief Justice of India to confer with his fellow judges, Justice Vishwanath, then making it clear that a 5-judge bench has already made it clear that when the Supreme Court is hearing a matter, cases are kept pending, and following that principle, despite objections from the petitioners, and at one stage the Chief Justice of India even said, I hope you don't want me to pass orders in the chambers, and then pass these very, very clear directives, making it clear that the Places of Worship Act 1991 will be implemented as is present. There will be no survey taken, and there will be no fresh or matter being heard on this matter till the Supreme Court disposes of this case.
Right, Sunil, that's also very important because the Supreme Court has pointed out clearly that there'll be no fresh surveys also ordered by any of the lower courts or the high courts. Just explain to our viewers, because there are a batch of petitions as well as intervention pleas on this matter. Very simply put, what exactly is the Supreme Court looking at? What are some of these petitions contending?
Well, as you are well aware, for people who don't understand the Places of Worship Act 1991, what it did, it kept the Ram Janmabhoomi Ayodhya dispute aside and made it clear that the Places of Worship Act means that those places as is where is basis of 15th August 1947. There have been in the interim, as you are well aware, Mathura, Sambal, and I think the list can carry on. There have been a number of petitions that have been coming up in recent times. It's in that backdrop that the Supreme Court has stayed all those hearings, has made it clear that no fresh survey can take place until it disposes of this present matter. And what they are attempting to do is to ensure that that equilibrium is carried on, and they will go into the legal validity, because some of the petitioners who contested today were saying that how do you decide this is subject to judicial review? How can it be that Parliament passes a plea where there can be no question mark on this entire process? So there are a whole lot of other legal points that have been raised, but to put it short, this is clearly a big fill up to those who have been putting up various petitions telling them that we will not tolerate this at this present moment. We will wait for the Supreme Court to finally hear this matter.